Coming up in this episode of Genesis Night Recap, an interview with the creator of Genesis Battle of Champions.
I'm going to put you on the spot just slightly, just because I'd love to know.
A complete game of Genesis Battle of Champions featuring our helpful graphics on screen.
Yeah, there's not much I can do. I think it's the word player.
Okay.
Good player.
Okay.
And the revealing of a brand new card from the upcoming set, Invasion. So stick around, because Genesis Night Recap from North of Exile Games starts right now.
Hey everybody, it's me, Jason, here at North of Exile Games. It is Wednesday night, and I am so excited today, because today I'm not here just with my good friend Jake, but I'm also here with Sid! The creator of the game has came to join us today, and I'm so excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do a little interview to start off with. We're going to talk about some Genesis, my favorite game. I love this game. Hard to believe that it all came out of this beautiful man's mind. What a crazy thing. And now you're so successful. The game's being played in all sorts of countries around the world. We've got a German reigning world champion, and the game's growing like crazy. You were just mentioning off camera a minute ago, there's stores in California and Florida that are starting to expand and look at playing the game, and it's taking off everywhere. What does that feel like, knowing that there's literally people kind of randomly all over the world playing a game that you created?
It's weird. It's definitely intense. I was actually just talking about this a day or two ago about the imposter syndrome, where you don't feel like you deserve this. You don't feel like you merit this success. And I'm starting to have to overcome that by saying, you know what? No, we worked hard for this. We worked hard to be here and to show this game to the community and try to be something different, not just as a different game, but also as a different company, right? We're not like our competitors, and I want to own that. So I'm excited, I'm happy, I'm tired.
Very fair, very fair.
Honestly.
So I've got a couple questions that we're going to talk about today. Just to basically, I'm very curious about how things are going to go over the next year, 2023. I'd love to know. But before I ask a question, I'll just mention that I know that one of the programs that's coming up in the very near future is the Store Championship. Stores all around Canada and I guess everywhere are going to be doing Store Championships. We've registered for ours. So correct me if I'm wrong on this. I just want to recap this and you tell me if I'm right or wrong. With the Store Championship program, there's basically 2 warm-up events and then the actual championship. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then with those events, do people have to qualify in the first events to play in the championship? Or is it literally just warm-up events?
The goal here is primarily as warm-up events. Because with events like this, especially if there's some strong prize support and strong excitement behind it, you'll get a lot of new players who are interested in coming out. So giving them an opportunity to meet the community, try things out, that's kind of the goal. And also, this gives an opportunity for stores who want to be a bit creative in their format. So instead of just doing the standard 1v1, maybe they want to do something like 2v2 tournament, or doing sealed, or draft, or doing something that the community's not 100% comfortable with.
Yeah.
It's like, let's do some practice games, and what we're asking from the stores is to commit a little bit, give a little bit of prize support to those practice rounds to make them feel special compared to your weekly event.
Yeah.
Right? So do something a little bit special for the community, and then have your actual championship event where the awesome Angel of Retribution promo is going to be there. The customized game mat for the store is going to be there.
Yes.
So doing those things that are really special. But the big goal there is the primers are for your community to get ready so everyone feels comfortable going to that championship event without being like, I've never done this format before. What am I doing here? I don't know. Right? You want to feel comfortable.
Perfect. So for us here at North of Exile Games, I can reveal now, I don't think we've really publicly confirmed it, but we asked people in our community online and in person in the store what players would like to do here, and we've settled on doing our store championship and our primer events, is that what you call it?
Primer.
And primer events, they're all going to be sealed format. which is going to be fun because we haven't actually done any sealed. We've always just done constructed. You build your deck, you bring it, you play with it. So Sid, for anyone who hasn't done sealed, would you mind going over like what they could expect at a sealed event?
Yeah, so I personally love sealed. I think out of any of the limited formats, sealed is better in Genesis than other games. So sealed, you're given 6 booster packs.
Yeah.
You open them up and you sort your cards, and then you build a 35 card deck, 175 points. And after you've built your deck, you determine your champion that you're going to play with based on your pool. So you don't have to open up that champion in any of your packs. There should just be a pool of floating champions that your community grabs. So if you need those, let me know. I'll send you some spare champions.
Okay.
But that's basically the sense of it. You're making a 35 card deck, 175 points on the fly, and it's based off of your card pool. So this is one side where very balanced booster packs, which I'm proud that Genesis is getting close to that point. So that's where something like that's really good, because then everyone's kind of on the same footing. You don't know what you're going to be playing until the day of, when you start cracking the packs. But for those who know draft compared to sealed, draft, the big difference in draft is the cards you open up in the pack aren't necessarily the ones you get to keep. You pick one card and you pass the rest along.
Yeah.
In draft, you have to be balancing a lot of math for Genesis, because you're still building a 35 card deck, 175 points. So you're balancing the chi that you're grabbing, you're balancing the strength of the cards you're grabbing, and then you're trying to make sure that they align to a champion that you're comfortable playing with. Because you're doing that forethought, there's a lot of mental work that you got to do every time you're selecting a card. But in Seal, you just open up the cards, you put them in front of you, and you determine your best path from there. So it's a little less thinking, but still a lot of creativity in it.
Quick question. For the championship of that round, is that also sealed as well?
Yeah, all three. Because
Okay.
the point would be the primer events will be practice ones to get comfortable for the big
So
one.
there'll be three
different sealed events.
different sealed events. Okay.
Yeah, you don't technically have to do both of the primer events, but they're going to be here if you
that'd
want
be
the
so
practice
cool.
and the chance to win some fun prizes.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Like Sid had said he's hoping that the stores don't mind kicking in some pricing to make it fun and feel special. And that's kind of been one of our motifs here, is we've always been willing in general to, for other games as well, to do we've done win-a-box events. We've done Genesis win-a-booster box events and things like that. I have no problem at all putting some fun and valuable prizing in to get people to want to come out and play, especially because we are always, as a bit of a destination, we're not in the GTA. I always want to sweeten the deal to make sure that there's the value there, so that if people in Toronto feel like getting out for a day and experiencing a little bit of a different environment with a store that also has ice cream and stuff like that, that's worth the drive, right? You'll have a chance at some big prizes and some guaranteed fun. So, there's first of all, before I go to my next question, because I'm actually really loving this conversation, I'll just say a quick hi to the people in the crowd. I know Jeffrey Pacito is in there, and the Cardboard Cohorts, and if there's anybody else who's commented that I missed, I want to welcome you all to the stream tonight. It's really fun. I'm getting to talk with Sid, the creator here. He drove all the way up to Midland tonight. We're going to be spoiling a card later on from the new set Invasion. But first, I just want to, because it's rare that I get this chance to talk to you on camera, I'd like to ask some more questions that I think players at home would probably be wondering about too. So you had said a second ago that, generally speaking, sealed events are a little bit less complicated when you're doing your deck building that versus draft, because there's a little bit less mental math. I'm going to put you on the spot just slightly, just because I'd love to know, because I haven't done sealed yet myself, and I'm really excited to do it. I'm very excited to play sealed. But when I was at the World Championship, because we were vending down there, I got to meet the Magic Historian, really great guy, and I was chatting with him. And I don't know if you remember, but yes, Jeffrey, you could totally win free ice creams while you play up here in our store championship. Don't worry, I've got you covered. We'll give away lots of free ice cream. I remember talking to the Magic Historian, really friendly guy named Mike, and he had said that he did a draft that day, but because he wasn't very good at the mental math, he accidentally drafted a pool of cards where he wasn't really able to make a playable deck. And I'm just wondering, is that less likely to happen with a sealed pool? Because that's what my hope was too. That was kind of one of my deciding factors was, I thought maybe a sealed event would be a little bit easier for new players who maybe aren't so comfortable with deck building. I thought it's probably easier to work with. Is that your experience as well, that sealed decks are easier to build than draft decks?
So the general card pool for Origins and J2, and my understanding for Invasion as well, is that it's a little bit heavier lean towards 3s and 4s. So like the curve is... It's definitely a bell curve, but with the 3s and 4s being a little bit higher than the 6, 7s, and 8s. And part of that is the 6, 7s, and 8s always feel a little bit more special, but they're also harder to wield. And then on top of that, 6, 7s, and 8s, because there's a lot of room to be creative in card design, they tend to also be rares. So you will get fewer of them, where 3s, 4s tend to be in the common, uncommon slot. So you get a lot more of them. Your pool's a lot more likely to be balanced. There's another part about drafting which is a lot more challenging. So since in draft, you're opening up 4 packs and still doing 35 cards, 175 points. So 4 packs at 15 cards each, that's 60 cards, and you're using 35 of them. You have a lot of room. You have room, a buffer space, but you also have a chance of making mistakes. And there's a lot more regret when you're drafting, and then you get to the end and you're like, oh, I can't build a deck, or I'm under points too much, or over points too much. With the sealed, it's kind of all just open for you. So.
And how many packs in sealed?
Sealed is 6.
6 for sealed, whereas you pass around only 4 in draft. Okay, that's fine.
And the reason is, like, when you're drafting, you're picking your affiliations, you're picking your cards. So you have a lot more control of what's coming your way. If you start picking Axon and you're like, okay, Axon's doing really well for me, but I'm starting to see some cool Bellum stuff, let me start grabbing Bellum, then you know you're playing Axon, Bellum, and you're only going to grab those cards. So when you get to your full 4 packs worth, you hopefully are just picking cards from those 2 affiliations, so you can make a good deck. When sealed, you're equally spread across all the affiliations, more or less equally. However, like, it's hard to be making a lot of those critical decisions while you're drafting, while you're trying to keep up with the tempo of the table. So I personally, I know there are people, and I'm sure there's going to be people who say this later, that where they like drafting Genesis more than they like doing seals for Genesis. But this is the first game where I think that conversation's been a little bit more even, where for a lot of other games, people just don't enjoy doing sealed. I'm like, alright, that's fine.
I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of times you can open up those booster packs and you can get all kinds of cards that you can use. Like, even when we were doing the dungeons, like, every time when we were opening those packs, I was like, oh, there's so many cards that are so useful for our team, right? So I feel like out of all of the games, trading card games I played, like, these packs they're pretty balanced. Like, there's a lot of good stuff you're going to find in there and be able to build a deck. My only thing I was going to ask is if you're doing sealed or even draft, are they always the same set? So say 6 packs you're opening, is it all like Origins, or is it Jalara 2nd edition, or is it a mix of both, or will it be Invasion? Like, is it there multiple?
For the Store Championship, it'll be before Invasion comes out, so that'll just be Origin, because that's the current set.
Yeah, I leave it for the community to decide. The whole entire point of doing store championships, and this actually came from an idea that Hatcher gave, the Magic Historian, was that the stores should choose what their store championship is about. Because they know their community, they know what they're going to enjoy. If we tell you how to host your store championship, and you don't like that format, well, who's going to have a good time then, right? The whole point of gaming is to have a good time, right?
I think that was really good feedback for sure, because every game store is like its own little pocket universe. And what format might be popular here in Midland might not be down the road in Toronto.
Exactly.
So I think that was a really good idea.
We're even seeing the variety of the stores that are hosting it. I've gotten what formats they're all hosting. And yeah, there's some variety there, which is good.
Because it was what? It was constructed, sealed, or draft, right? Was that the 3?
Those were my recommendations, but it's open to anything, right?
What else could somebody have done, possibly?
So I was...
Like a team one? Or?
You could do a 2v2 tournament, which would be kind of cool. There is a vintage format, which some people who've been playing for a long time will know about, but it's called Allies, where one player plays with 2 champions, and your deck is communal for both champions. It's a really fun format.
I've never heard of that.
So, one of my
How many
favorites.
cards in the deck? Is it a double-sized deck?
No, I kept it at the same 50-card deck. Some of the people who were testing it at the time recommended going up to a 60-card deck, but the idea was you have 2 champions, and they have to have 1 affiliation in common.
So you can have up to 3 then,
yeah.
total.
But if you just say you're playing with Khan and you're playing with Kasha, because they both have Vellum, then if Kasha dies, all your Chaos cards in your deck are just not playable anymore.
That's so risky. So it would almost be better to play
risk.
with the same affinity.
Then if one of your character dies, then your deck's fully playable. However, your variety is lower. But the person who has all 3, they could do crazy things like have Kasha drop a meteorite and then have Khan drop tsunamis, right? And then still have bolt shots that can be played by either or of them.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So you could do some other formats. If your store had its own format that it was enjoying, that would be perfectly fine with us too.
Well, that's really cool that you were open to letting people just play literally how they wanted.
Yeah,
that's
that was
really cool.
the big point of it, is let people play how they want, enjoy the game, and celebrate your store's creativity. And that's part of the reason I'm making the custom game mats too. Sorry, I'm keep on poking your game mat. I'm not destroying it.
No, you're good. You're good.
But for the stores to have their own game mat that's branded their own way with the art that they choose in the style that they choose, it gives some customization to the stores. Gives some show your personality, show your love for the game. So that was a big thing with the store championship. And then another format which I was telling people about. So I don't know if you've heard about my pet project, which has been the Smash format, where it's a 4-player free-for-all, and the winner isn't determined by the last person standing. It's actually a point system. So you play, every time you kill someone, you gain a point. Every time you die, you lose a point. And then you time the game. So last time I did it was 30 minutes, but I'll probably do it a little bit longer. So you play for an hour flat, and then whoever has the most amount of points at the end of the game
You
wins.
say every time you die, you lose a point. Yeah, exactly what
you
I was
respawn.
thinking.
So everyone, to say you're doing 4 players, everyone starts in a corner. Every time you respawn, your health and ore come back to full. Your attack, all your abilities on your champion that deal damage are increased by 1. So this includes like Idris's fireball, or
Like the costs go up.
No. The damage output goes up.
The damage goes up.
Yeah. And then your energy reduction goes up by 1 as well. So every time you die, you come back stronger.
Yeah, that's really cool.
And so then you start sniping people off. It's really, really wild. Last time I did it, so the first time I published the rules for it, I did not have the timer on it. But last time I played it, we did a 30-minute game, and that was really crazy because in the last 10 minutes, everyone's just rampaging, trying to kill people because they just need those points. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
I'm going to hit you with a WWE reference. He's basically talking about a 1-hour Iron Man match. The most falls wins at the end, but in Genesis. That's pretty clever. I would have not thought of that. So
yeah, we're gonna play that tonight. I'm gonna try to convince.
we might play some Smash here tonight. I love it. All right, I'm down with that. That sounds awesome. Yeah. A couple more just quick things to run by you before we jump into the proper stream for the night.
All right.
Just a couple things I'd asked you off camera. We'll just gloss over them just because I think they're cool things people probably want to know. Get the camera back on you guys for a second. Sorry about this. As far as I know, we don't have a venue locked in for the World Championship yet, but I believe you said it's going to be around November again, just like it was this past year.
So we've always aimed to host the championship around the same time as our anniversary.
Nice.
However, in the future that may change, but I think as of this year, our current plan is to follow the same path.
What's the exact anniversary that you're trying to get close to?
23rd, November 23rd.
Nice,
is the
very
company
cool.
anniversary. Yeah.
Is that like the day that the business got incorporated?
Yes.
Or?
Yeah. That was the official incorporation date.
That's exciting.
I tried to originally have it planned for my birthday because my birthday is November 21st.
Oh.
So I submitted the paperwork to have it approved on the 21st. And then, because it's the government, it was delayed by 2 days.
Of course that
on the
was.
23rd. I was like,
That's funny. And then last year was the first time I got to go in person, so I can't compare to previous years. But to me, the World Championship last year felt like a huge success. And I know it wasn't your original venue that you wanted, but it really, everybody had an amazingly good time.
Yeah.
And, we had players come from Germany and other faraway places, and the vibe was really great. You had 2 pretty well-known online people doing your commentary. Is there any goals or dreams you have for this year's one that you'd want to see? Like, what anything you want to do for this next year? You're hoping, or are you just like, let's just keep growing and getting bigger every year, and whatever happens, happens?
I think there's going to be a lot. One of the big goals three big goals that we have as a company this year. One is company maturity. There's a lot of things that I think as we move out of what Joey likes to call a temper tantrum era of TCGs, where there's a lot of young publishers coming into the space, being like, I want money, like really doing some things that... Anyways, so as we move out of that era, and we as a company, we've been able to survive this, I want to show off our maturity. I want to show off that we've been around for 5 years. We've grown as a company, and bringing on Joey, bringing on Alex, creating a team that is not just in love with this game, but driven with with experience, with this desire to actually compete in this space. So that's a big thing for us. Is like I want to carry on that feeling into the Days of Reckoning. And I want people to come into that space being like, yes, this has the vibe of it is a party. It is the idea of it is a bunch of people who love this game hanging out and celebrating the game for everything that it is. But at the same time, I want to round off some of the things that were kind of rough. So like things like figuring out the food was definitely a big challenge. Bringing in the vendors and making sure that they had that they were set up appropriately and got to show off what they wanted to do. I think there were some complications, especially splitting them up and having some of them in the hallway, some of them inside the room. There were challenges like that came about, and that came with like having a new venue, because originally we had it all mapped out.
Right.
There's some things on that regard that come with being trying to be more mature as a company. So that's what I want to do on our end. But the focus this year, the two big pillars, have nothing to do with our company. It's putting the attention where the attention should be, which is on the stores and on the players. I want the stores, the sponsors, those people to be represented properly throughout the entire event. Show a lot of love for the backbone of this entire industry, which is the LGSs, right? So that's going to be a big focus. And then the second is on the players. What Germany did, they set a tone of we are a team. And they showed that off in brilliant fashion. And now all these other teams are talking about it. When I go to Forbes, they're talking about what their plan is for their jersey that they're going to wear. Heads or Tails already has theirs together.
Team North is going to have a jersey. Team North is
and I'm sure all the other stores are going to do the same thing.
Yeah.
I want this to be like, when you come into the Olympics and you see all those teams come in with all their representing their countries. I want that feeling. I want the players to come in representing their store, representing their team, coming in collaboration and have healthy competition. Now, this being said, I don't want people to come in and be like, oh, that's team blah, blah, blah. Let's attack them or be mean to them or something. No animosity here. This is about the love of the game, the love of the sport, right?
Yeah.
We want to show that off, right? So... and then I think also having special attention to like past championship winners too is going to be really cool. Steve-O, Sid, Ollie, like showing some love for the fact that they competed in this space. They won. They changed.
I'm pretty jealous of Steve-O because he won a world championship before I even heard of the game. And I gotta admit, I got in fairly early. As soon as I heard of Genesis, I because I knew people involved in the game, I kind of fell in love with it right away. But I'm jealous I didn't know about it from day one. We weren't in the right part of the province to get approached right away.
That final game between Alex and Steve-O has one of the funniest Genesis moments in history.
Oh, yeah?
It was, I think, game 2 or game 3. And it was midway through the game, and they're just sitting there. And they draw their cards for the round, and they're both looking at their hand very intently, trying to figure things out, just staring at the table, looking at their hand, looking around. And after about 5-10 minutes, Alex is like, Steve-O, it's your turn. He's like, oh, wait, it is.
That's awesome.
This is so good.
I love it.
Yeah.
So I think that covers a lot of stuff I wanted to ask you. I mean, the game's doing great. The growth is phenomenal. The buzz is great. Oh, a little side note, and here's something I haven't told you, but it's cool, and this is 100% true. I got a phone call this week as a game store owner from Games Workshop, the guys who make what's the tabletop game? Warhammer, right? Yeah. So he's called me. He's like, oh, I want to send you a kit to show you some stuff and whatnot, and I'll let you check it out. But he's like, he says to me, what games are you doing up at North of Exile? I said, well, Magic's kind of dead right now, to be honest. It's not that, but that's everywhere. Pokemon's doing phenomenal. And the other game that's a really big hit for us right now is Genesis. We play Genesis every week, and it's going great. And he says to me, he's like, I've heard of Genesis Battle of Champions. You're not the only one who's told me. There's some pocket stores that have been doing really good with this game. And I'm like, yeah. I said, yeah, because it's very much like if you're playing Magic and chess combined. So you get a bit of that tabletop feel where you're being tactical and you're moving stuff around on the table. I said, I made the pun to him. I'm like, well, you know how much fun that is, right? And he's like, yeah. So yes, you're on the radar. Even for Games Workshop, Genesis is on the radar where they're hearing about how popular it is and how well their Games Workshop stores are doing with Genesis. So I thought you might like to hear that. That everybody's talking about it, including the competition. So that's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So I think for now, that's all the time of yours that I want to take up today, because I know there's some people here who are very excited to chat with Sid tonight, including, I believe there's a new player that just walked in while we were talking who might be looking to learn how to play. And it's pretty novel when you get to learn from the person who created the game.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let Sid go for now. And then what we're going to do is Trainersnake and we are going to play a game of Genesis.
I'm going to play Kun. I think he's playing Nubia there. And then we're going to actually spoil a card from the Invasion set, right? After this game. That's what the game plan?
That is correct.
So pumped. I'm going to go Kun. I'm going to go 2 because I get the dash.
Yeah, yep. And then you can still do your good stuff. Gotcha.
It's cost 2. Okay, so I'm gonna back in a Gilded Stag. I think I'm gonna put this one here.
Okay.
I'm gonna put this one here.
2 of them?
Yeah, it's gonna be 22 aura, and I mill 1 card for each.
Yep. So you're down to 78 aura.
Oh, it makes me nervous. These guys come in exerted.
Yep.
And I'm also exerted. That's the end of my round.
All right.
Actually, we're going to swap this one with Jeffrey.
Well, I'm going to step up by 1. Maybe. Oh, you know what, though? I forgot. I'm bad. Beginning of the round, I would draw an extra card. So I'm going to draw that extra card now. I'm still getting used to playing with the... I'm a Nubia noob.
Nubia noob.
So, let's start it off with something fun here. First, I'm going to put Aura Break onto my Nubia. That's the one where if I take damage, I gain Aura later on.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Costs me 8, so down to 142. Yeah, I love that card. I really love it. Then we're going to go for something fun right off the bat. I'm going to pay 18 for Tsunami.
That hurts.
Down to 124. So yeah, so you got some Tsunami Wave coming at you.
That's going to take all of them.
Yeah. It's a big play. Round 1, the game's just begun and we already have a big play going on.
I already have a board wipe.
Yeah.
That's hard. Yeah, there's not much I can do. I think it's just a board wipe.
Okay.
Good play.
That's going to hit you for 3 as well. That's part of that, so I'll just knock you down to 23 health. Then I'm going to bring out a big guy. I'm going to spend a bunch of aura. 30 aura, in fact. For the Zamber Dragon, the Canada Day promo. Or no, is this the Canada Day? No, it's not the Canada Day, but I do have one in the deck somewhere. So just a normal art Zamber Dragon. Costs me 30, so that'll take me down to 94.
Yeah, his awareness is nuts.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. And Zamber Dragon's so cool, he's going to be hanging out with my boy, Jeffrey Pasito, over here.
Yeah, he also has aerial, right?
Yeah, so he's hard for you to hit with the guys on the ground.
Yeah.
And then, do I have anything else for me to do? No, I think that's it. So I exert, and then we'll start a new round.
Perfect.
You draw 1, I draw 2, because I'm a noob.
Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a Tsunami.
You're going to do a Tsunami.
I'm going to do a Tsunami.
Ooh.
18 aura. So, I'll be down to 60. Terrifying.
Oh, I don't like that. Alright, okay. Let me see if I have anything I can do in response. I don't. So 3 damage to my dragon. Do you mind if I borrow one of your dice?
Yeah.
So he's down to 3. And I take 3 and I'm down to 17. Thanks.
Okay, and then I'm gonna do another scenario.
Oh, you dog, really?
I have to do it.
Alright.
I got 42, right? That's good.
Down to 14 health.
I have 42 aura. This isn't good.
Yeah.
He's already
Yeah, you're spending
dragging.
your aura. Oh, and I would have 6 damage on my break
Yeah,
for next turn.
you do.
So, at the very least, I'm going to get some aura back, so that's good.
I guess I should have moved first, but I can't really do anything because of where I position.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna exert your turn.
Alright. Oh, I'm going to start my turn by gaining 15 aura back. So 94, 99, 109 aura. Then I'm going to pay 10 of that aura that I just got back for Epiphany.
I knew it.
Back down to 99, but at least I'm drawing some cards. Drawing 3 cards, in fact. With my She-Hulk sleeves.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Alright, here we go.
Louis is so good. Such a good character. Champion.
Then,
Pops off.
I'm gonna go ahead and put another aura break on. I'll pay another 8. 91. Just because then if I take enough damage, I'm getting 30 aura a shot, which is just, wow, so good.
So crazy.
And then, I'm gonna use 13 aura. 91, 81, 78. 13 aura to cast teleportation. I'm gonna jump around a little bit.
Okay.
Cool?
Yep.
We're gonna jump. Bam! Back here. Just gonna hide behind you. Make you have to work a little harder on your movement kind of thing. Then I'm going to do dedicated studies. Costs me 2 milling to pay for it, so I will pay 2 milling. 1, 2. Didn't hit anything too big, so that's good.
Yeah, something.
I'm going to draw 2 cards, and then I discard 2 cards. So we'll draw 2. And then I'm going to discard 2. One I'm going to discard is going to be one of those dedicated studies, because I don't really want to do that again. And then a second one is going to be a little water strike.
Fair enough. That's a good discard.
And then, so this card's done. Then I'm just going to end my turn. And we'll both be exerted, and we'll start a new round.
Alright.
You draw 1, I draw 2.
I guess I'm trying to think of what I can do. I could go back.
Yep.
And then I could rotate. That's like my only option.
Yep. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, I guess I'll just do the heavy holy attack for 2 damage.
And that would that end your turn then, I assume? Because you're exerting
Yeah,
yourself?
I'm exerted.
I'm down to 12. And then,
And that's exerted.
then I will start my turn. And I will bring out a Cavus. And the cost of summoning a Cavus is I have to discard a card from my hand. So I will discard
Oh, yeah, I remember. You had tanky Cabuses from the last
That's
one.
right, remember that?
It
Yeah.
was like had 6 or 7
So
health.
I'm discarding another Cavus to pay for the first Cavus.
Smart.
Then, yeah, I'll just hit you for 1.
Okay. Wait. I'm gonna respond to the 1 damage.
Okay, you want to do something? Should I give you your health back because you're going to do something?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna spawn a chrono walker. So it would be like this. Or I guess he goes in the place of my guy.
Yeah, and then you go wherever he would have been, right?
So I'll go here and he'll go.
Okay.
So then the chrono walker takes the 1 damage and I have to pay 17.
17 or?
Yeah.
So 42.
We count down, right?
Yeah.
So 5 health. And I think he comes in exerted, right?
Yeah, he would. Alright, so then...
Are you responding?
yeah, well, now that he's in, I will Water Strike him for 1 damage. I'll pay 8 aura
Okay.
to hit him for another one.
Yeah, sure. He's gonna...
And then because he's taken water damage, I can do the next one for half price.
Yep, that'd be 3.
Yeah, so that's all I got for this round.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, and then everybody's good and we can start our next round.
Yep.
Alright.
I think Chrono Walker's taking the first turn.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit your Nubia for 3 damage.
Alright. In response, I will pay 11 aura, 66 down to 55, and 2 health to cast Protective Barrier to prevent all damage to me and to Tavis until the end of the round.
Okay. So that's good. Big 0. It's yours.
And then I'm going to go with Nubia's turn. And I'm going to pay 18 for Tsunami. Which is why I want to get that guy down to 3 health.
Oh, I guess I'm taking the damage and I'm losing my Chrono Walker, unfortunately.
So 2 damage on you. Walker goes bye.
He's dead. He tried though.
I'm just going to exert myself.
Yeah, you're controlling the center of the board, you control me.
Well, I hear people talking chess strategy because they're similar to Magic, to Genesis. Similar tactics. Alright, so you're in position. Now
But I can't do damage to you this round, right?
Oh, that's right, yes, because I did Protective Barrier.
So I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna end my turn like that.
Alright. And then Cabas is going to have a turn.
Yep.
1, 2, like that. He'll be exerted. We can start a new round. Sound
Do
good?
it. I'm gonna attack Nubia with my heavy holy attack for 2 damage. 2 damage.
Ready?
Okay. And he's currently exerted.
So I'll go ahead and, what is it, 2? 2 dark attack?
Yep.
So I'll try and hit you for 2.
So in response to that, I'm gonna use a warp strike.
He wants
Want to use warp strike?
he's trying to use Warp Strike and he's wondering if
I'm
he's
just don't
allowed
know
to.
if-
Who are you?
I'm kind. I was gonna just warp over here, or
Yeah, you're using Warp Strike.
I don't know where's the best spot to warp.
What do you
Maybe-
Well, now you want to ask him for advice. I thought you were just asking Will's question.
What are you targeting?
I want to target Nubia here.
Okay, so you're going to target Nubia with Warp Strike.
Yeah.
So he can respond to that.
Yeah.
So when
no,
he targets
I don't
it,
have
he
to
doesn't
be-
lock in where he's going to wind up, right? He's
Not yet.
Yeah.
Because right now it's on the stack.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm going to let it resolve.
Okay.
So
Now
I can go here.
you
'Cause
can. If
I
you
didn't
want.
read it. Does it say adjacent?
Yep, it has to be
So I
adjacent.
have to
Yeah.
warp to do the damage, right? Or I could go here, but does the
If you
awareness
move
turn?
because of warp,
No,
So I'd still be
you're
in.
going to be facing the
I'd
same
still
direction.
be in warp strikes awareness from
no.
here.
So because you're faced this way.
Yeah,
Right?
okay.
Okay.
So
You'll be
it's
over here
better to
like that.
warp here. So I'll warp over
This
there.
is the only spot where you can still
Still do the
target for
damage. So
damage.
I'll jump up there so I can
So
do
yeah, if
3
you go
damage.
there, then what happens is now the basic attack happens
Yeah,
within the awareness.
3 damage. Okay.
So now you check your awareness, and this is the only target you have now,
Okay, that's what I thought. All right.
which you can now respond to again.
Yeah.
It's a separate trigger.
Well, I think I'll just pay 8 aura to hit you for 1.
That makes sense.
Just for spite. Because I'm mad like that.
He can respond to that, so that would be on the stack too.
Right, yep.
Okay. Trying to think here.
Step
What to do
in my
is-
way.
You paid for this, yes? You paid for all this?
I don't know, did you pay for the, did you pay for
I
the
haven't
warp
paid
strike?
for it yet. No.
Well, you should do that first before you
This-
move on,
Yeah,
right?
it's,
Because otherwise
it's 9 aura off of this total, and then it's 4 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh God. 4.
Okay.
What do you
Right?
think?
You do that when you play the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's in this awareness, so I
Well,
could,
look at the
I could
awareness.
just go back to where I was. So I'm just gonna go back to where I was then. So I'm gonna use another warp strike, and I'm gonna go.
Well,
Okay,
it's on the stack.
stack.
You pay for it.
Yeah, which is 9. I was at 16.
Yeah, you were at 16.
So 15.
So 7.
16 take away 9
7,
would be
it's
7. Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a.
And then Mill too.
And Mill, I think it's 4. Right?
Yeah, it's 4 because you only have a 1 discount.
Oh my goodness, guys.
And
Oh,
now he can respond to the warp.
oh, that's so many. I really needed one of those too.
I'm going to choose not to respond.
Okay, now you can warp.
Okay, so I'm gonna warp here and then do the other 3 damage.
And now you target again, right?
Nubia.
You're targeting the trigger, the basic attack,
On Nubia.
which he can respond to if he wants.
So because he's warped while the first one hasn't resolved, doesn't that mean his damage from the first one won't hit me anymore? He's already moved.
Well, you did this in response to the damage.
So it had already done. It had already completed all those actions.
It was already completed. This wouldn't be on the stack anymore.
Did you take the damage from that?
Yeah,
you
he
did
took
this.
it.
You said I said you have a chance to respond to the
And
trigger.
then you responded
Right,
to
which
that.
I
you did
responded,
this.
which the damage hasn't been dealt yet.
Right.
Because I
So
responded to
because
it.
you're responding to the damage, right?
Right, and now he's moved away, so I'm saying he won't hit me with that damage anymore. Because his body's not there anymore. Now his damage is
Yeah,
going to go
but
that
you,
way.
it'd still be in the awareness.
It would still be in the awareness of.
So you
both
still
of
get
these
hit by
cards.
it.
Oh, it could be anywhere in the awareness. It doesn't, like...
It's just that, so like
You're
the
just the
awareness would be
target.
here, here, and here.
Right,
And even
okay,
if I
so
was
even if
there,
he
both
moves, it's
sides
still in
were-
the... It's a
The
different...
only way he loses the damage is if he goes
If I
here.
went over
Right,
there.
if you went somewhere where I wasn't in the awareness. That actually makes sense. Okay, that's cool.
So now, if you don't have any responses for the damage trigger,
Yeah.
then you'll get hit for 3.
Okay.
And then water strike will happen.
Fizzle, 'cause I'm
You
not
can
there.
respond to it if you want, but I don't know if you want to.
No, I don't have anything to respond really.
Right, and then this warp strike will go off.
Yeah,
The damage,
the 3 damage. Oh god,
and that will resolve.
I'm very nervous. I lost so many bolt shots on these mills.
Now you could have responded to any part of that on the trigger or on the stack, but
Wow.
it seems like you guys weren't doing that.
Well, this is the first. These were the first time we actually had the.
And then
trigger.
that's a lot of break.
Yeah,
that's
Oh, yeah, that's
Six
true.
breakers.
Yeah, so
You'll,
none
you'll
of
have you'll have another 30 aura to
And
mess
I'll go back to teaching a newbie.
Nice.
Alright.
Alright.
Let me know if you
Thanks,
get any
Aaron.
other questions.
That was kind of wild.
Okay, so
Oh, yeah. Thanks, everybody. The Cabas is still on the stack. You're back to where it was originally, so Cabas is going to hit you now.
that makes sense. Yes, it's 2 damage or 3 damage.
2. So you are going to take that too after all that dancing around.
It was more just to get.
Thank you, crowd.
Because I don't have a lot of options here. I was trying to get some options out while I was exerted.
All right, so we're going to... Oh, let me move this out.
Is she?
I apologize, everybody. I totally was ignoring the latte in the crowd.
Is Nubia exerted or is she?
No, she's going to have her turn now.
Okay.
Because I did Cabas first.
Oh,
Remember
it's got
that
the
you were
teleportation, it's
responding to my Cabas attacking.
Yeah.
So Nubia's going to move once. Oh, I guess technically I'll get the aura first. So 30 aura from 29 back up to 59 aura. Nubia moves here for her turn.
This looks like a tsunami.
Well, if I did tsunami,
It would kill
it
Cassie.
would kill my own guy.
With Breath of July.
So what I think we're going to do is we're going to bring in a Cabas.
Oh, that's a cool looking one.
Yeah, it's a store promo. Discarding a card to pay for Cabas.
That's such a cool.
Then I'm going to pay 12 aura for Breath of Julara. 47. Which means Cabas here is going to gain 2 health. He'll go up to 4. Cabas is going to gain 2 health. He'll go up to 4. And I'm going to gain a very needed 2 health, and I'll go up to 4. So there we go.
Alright, so that's it?
Oh yeah, that's the end of the turn.
Oh god, I gotta draw. If I don't draw something here.
You have 18 health, I only have 4, so I feel like you're in a good spot. Oh, but I
I
do
don't
draw
have
2
any
cards.
aura though. So my only option is to dash on top of Cabas and turn and attack Nubia for 2. And I can only do that because I have flight.
Yeah.
Is it?
Down to 2.
Oh goodness, this is bad. Not in a good spot
Which
here.
puts 2 counters on both
My
of those.
Jeffrey. Oh no.
No, don't exert me!
No.
That's a good scam.
Oh, hey Snow, how's it going? Hope you're having a good night.
Alright, I guess first, I'm going to move my guy back a step. Like that.
Yeah, makes sense.
And I'll have him hit you for 2.
Oh yeah, that just resolves.
Down to 16 health for you. And I'm going to have this guy jump over here. And he'll hit you for 2.
No,
14. Then I'm going to have Nubia move away a step. I think I'll actually face this way when I do it. Move away a step. And I'm going to start by paying 10 on. I'm looking for a miracle because I'm in a lot of trouble.
he pulls another
Epiphany.
Breath of Jalara, dude.
Oh god, I needed Breath of Jalara
He
so
pulls
bad.
the breath. A lot of trouble there, chat.
Alright.
Oh, Brian, you are a god. Thank you so much. Nothing like some hot donuts mid-round.
Yeah. Show one of them on camera. Show people the delicious snacks you can get when you play Genesis and North of Exile games.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, eh? Hot, fresh cinnamon donuts.
See the glistening of the sugar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm gonna Epiphany again. Go down to 27. Draw 3 cards. Looking for answers. Alright, we're okay. I'm gonna end my turn because I can't hit you from where I am. So, end of the round, my friend. It's all coming down to this.
Alright, so then I'm gonna rotate.
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got something for this, but I wish I had more aura. So I'm gonna try to hit you with the 2 damage from my heavy holy attack.
Well, I didn't want you to get there first because I just realized afterwards that this would kill you too. So we're all going to gain 2 life. You're going to gain 2, he's going to gain 2, and I'll gain 2.
Okay.
So mine will break even.
Oh, about
You'll
16.
gain 2,
Nice.
and this guy's going up 2.
Got a mini health potion there.
Yeah.
Dude, these boys are getting turkey.
And
Alright,
then
I'm
your damage is
exerted,
done
man. I'm
because
in
that
such a
negated
bad
it, so.
spot.
Is that a 6 health cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
he's got the tanky
the
cap.
area
Oh my
of
goodness.
Polaris, right?
Yeah.
First guy, going to hit you for 2.
I can't believe I moved so many.
2 damage for you. I'll take it off. You don't have anything to respond to?
No, I have no response.
Second guy's going to hit you for 2. Taking it?
Yep.
Excuse me, I'd knock his health down another 2. Alright. Then... oh, you know what though? Even though I took damage and gained health, so I get 2 counters on my thing because of that. So.
I love the Marvel series. I think they're so fun.
Move over here. And once again, Breath of Jalara. This time, you don't get the heal this time, my brother. Just my guy and me, up to 4. And that cost me 12.
8 health cabbage.
27.
I think I'm probably screwed this game. I don't think I have any, unless I pull a card that costs.
And then that's the end of the round. So I got 2, you got 1.
We're about to find out.
Alright, what do we got going on here? What are we going to do? There's only so many turns left. Okay, yep. Oh, interesting. You're getting on top?
Yeah, I'll take the 3.
How does that work? Oh, I see.
Oh, wait. Can I do that, though?
Oh, come on,
If you do
guys.
3, you won't be able to do an
I won't be
action,
able to
right?
attack. Yeah, I can't do
You could
it.
only do 2 because it's an action attack. Where were you? You were here,
I
right?
was right there.
So far you
dashed
moved
here,
1.
and then I could have done 2 more movements, but it doesn't really matter because then I can't attack.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm going to just attack you for 2. Oh, God.
Can you hit me for 2?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm down to 2. Trigger. We're up to 6 there. And then,
I need to get aura breaks, I think, for this deck. If I had aura, then I'd be able to win the game.
then it's going to be my turn, okay?
Yeah.
So my turn, I gained 30 aura. Back up to 45, which is amazing right now. Oh my god. From 15 to 45. Move. So that's my 1 move. Guess what card I'm going to cast?
Breath of Jalara.
Breath of Jalara!
You've had one every single turn.
Yeah, 45,
The last 3
35.
turns.
I know, look at my memories. Breath, epiphany, breath.
Hurts. It hurts. I need to put aura breaks in this deck. That's going to be the next tech in. That's
Okay.
exciting.
So I'm in the middle of Newbie's turn. I've moved. I did my health gain. I think Nubia is just going to end her turn there, and then I'm going to move my other guys. So we'll leave you there, and I'll jump over here like so, and hit you for 2 with that one. Yep. He's going to eat some nachos, brings you down to 10. This one's going to jump over here. He's going to hit you for 2, brings you down to 8. He's going to eat some ice cream, and then we're all done, and we can go to the next round.
I need to draw something. Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Okay.
I'm on top of your canvas. And I'm going to do a swift left hook.
Well, I think he's going to get me, guys. I think he's going to win. Darn it.
It's only 1 damage.
Oh, okay.
And then the kind attacks for 2 damage.
Okay.
And then I'm exerted. So
I thought you had another left hook.
I wish I had some other things. I'm gonna change the deck up. Marcus built a cool deck, but I don't think he realized how much aura you use.
Alright, so first, 2 damage. Down to 6?
Yep.
Alright, eating some nachos.
Oh yeah, that's
Second one is going to just step back a bit.
Oh, yes, yeah, you should take it, yeah.
And he will hit you for 2. Down to 4.
I'm so nervous.
Then
Okay, so my rope to me is on, so then pass
we're going to use some of this aura I've been saving. Jeffrey Pasito called it. He said, Tsunami!
Oh,
18, and then I'll hit you for the last one.
oh, good game, Jason.
Good
That's
game.
really good.
You won!
I gotta give me some aura breaks, man. Look at this. Look
There
at
we
this.
go.
Look at this. I had that's a bummer.
Well, I mean,
It was a good
1
game,
health
honestly.
left. That's as
Honestly,
close as it
it's
gets,
been a good
right?
game
So-
almost every time, honestly.
All right, people, you've been patient. You got to watch us interview Sid. Then you got to watch us play a little bit of Genesis. And now, my friends, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. All right, here we go, folks. It is time for a spoiler from Invasion, coming out in Q2. Here we go.
That's a cool card.
So there we are. That is the new card. I've got a printout here. I'm going to put it on the playmat so that we can talk about it for a second. So we are unleashing the hounds with this new card. A couple things I love about it. First of all, I love the fact that it's a phage card. The green tribe from the north, because again, we are a green store and we are literally the north. So I love that. I was asked who my favorite champion was when we were trying to figure out what card to spoil. And my favorite champion currently is still probably Sarah. I love my vampire deck. Because Sarah gives all your beckons that you have in play carrion feast. So if they kill something, they gain a health, which is great because that really mitigates the problem of this creature having decay. But the awesome thing that this creature has is replicate. So you summon it for 15, but you get 2 of them. So 2 of these guys for 15 aura. If I'm playing Sarah, where I'm picking off some creatures to gain health on them, they're going to stick around for quite a while. Or maybe I'm playing in a deck where I can run like those, the Jalarian Hills or whatever I just did. Yeah, Breath of Jalar.
Breath of Jalar.
Right?
Yeah.
Because those spells give 2 health to it.
And that's what is that Axiom? Is blue?
I think it might be blue. Let me check what Breath of Jalar is. But like the thing is, I would just build it into a deck where I have ways to heal.
Yeah.
And then like the value of 2 of those guys for 15 aura is incredible.
Yeah. No,
So I love the fact that I could play it. Oh, it's actually colorless, so I could play that card.
Oh wow!
I could play that card in my Sarah deck. So I could play Sarah, some Breath of Jalaras, and I think that's going to go into it. I think this is a really fun card. And it's 6 chi, so it's not too crazy on the chi scale.
It's got a heavy.
So-
It's got a really heavy attack too. Three damage on a Swift.
Yeah.
And it's electric, so you could use like I like using the Picon virus card or whatever, which has got the weird awareness, but it brands for electric.
Well, and then you could run some electric pillars in the deck too,
Yeah,
right?
100%. There's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, so I really like it. I big shout out to Joey down in Colorado, who's the guy who sent me the card. He's the one in charge of all the spoilers and everything else.
So
I think he picked a really great card for me.
I like
And let's call it what it is. That's some really sick art. Like
Yeah.
when I had it on the screen of just the art without the text over it, it's a really cool artwork.
Yeah, it's like the cell device. 'Cause that's like a prokaryote. It's the type of cell. So that's what it's kind
Look
of.
at you with the medical knowledge. Nice.
Yeah, with the science stuff. So it's
With all
really
the
cool.
science stuff, that's cool. Well, everyone, it's just about that time again, my friends. We got to hang out with Sid, the creator of the game, tonight. We played some Genesis. We spoiled a brand new card that's coming out soon in Invasion. We had a new player come in who learned how to play Genesis tonight while we were doing the live stream. So I call it a win overall. We had a great night, lots of fun. Just like it is every Wednesday night.
so
I love
good.
it. So, thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. I appreciate you, each and every one of you. On behalf of Trainersnake, my name's Jason. Thanks for coming out tonight and watching us. And hopefully we'll see you here again next Wednesday night when we once again play Canada's tactical card game, Genesis Battle of Champions, right here live at North of Exile Games in Midland, Ontario. For now, take care, stay safe out there, and go north.
Go north. Let's go.